best friend invited me to some of I knew I was going to be there. I knew I was going to be there. No idea.
Hopefully in some of ours too. I'm gonna promote it.
Okay, we're going to commence our public meeting this evening. Please stand for the pledge in a moment of silence.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this begins our public meeting. Stephanie, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Rogers? Here. Mr. Spotswood?
Here.
Mr. Bogart? He's on his way. Mr. Rodino?
Here.
Mr. Ritter?
Here.
Mr. Ward?
Here.
Mayor Liscan?
Here. I need a motion to approve the approval of minutes from 3:19 and 4:06.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter moves. I need a second. Second. Mr. Ward seconds. Call vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Spotswood?
Yes.
Mr. Rodino?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. Under E, we're going to have the presentation of the Newcastle Police Department Life Saving Award. That will be done by Chief Kumo, to Anthony Shaner, and Connor Shaner. So will they please come in?
To Anthony and Connor Shader, I would like to recognize and commend you for your actions you took on March 8th, 2026, regarding a missing person in the city of Newcastle. The 79-year-old man was reported missing on March 7th, despite the search efforts by the police department and Walker's volunteer search party. The man remained missing on March 8th. Knowing the man's last known location was near North Street and Lowry Street, and due to your familiarity with the area, you began searching for him with your 11-year-old son, Connor. During the search, Connor located the man along the train tracks beneath the Fall Street Bridge and immediately notified you. You then called 911, and the man was safely extracted from the area and transported to medical treatment. I have little doubt that if the missing man had spent another night exposed to the elements, he would not have survived. The efforts undertaken by you and your son likely saved this man's life. Through your efforts, the Newcastle Police Department is proud to present you and your son Connor with the Citizens Combination Life Saving.
Thank you, guys. Most people would have just walked away. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
We can help anyway. Well,
Don't say that, we'll call you.
thank you.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Okay, moving on. Under adoption of agenda, we need to make some changes here. Under adoption, acknowledgement of prepared agenda. We have consideration of requests to be heard and amendments to the agenda. The requests to be heard are the following people: Yvonne and Isabella Allen, Kimberly Sosin-Plassat, I think I never pronounced that correctly, I apologize. William Rice, Will Kuhn, Tim Thomas, and Brandon J. Moore. So, I'm going to need a motion to accept public comment.
Motion.
And I need a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Ward. Call the agenda and the resolution, for new resolutions, I'm sorry. This is for resolution 2026-048, authorizing the appropriate city official to submit a grant application to the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for Deshaun Park, Phase 2. There was a minor typo with this, right? And also, I need a motion to approve amending Resolution 2026-048 as follows, authorizing the appropriate city official to submit a grant application to the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for Deshaun Park, Phase 2. I need a motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, I need a second. Mr. Ward, call the vote for that.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Sparkman?
Yes.
Mr. Redler?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. I need a motion to adopt the final agenda.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second. Second. Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Sparkman?
Yes.
Mr. Redler?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Moore? Mayor Liscan?
Since that motion was passed, Resolution 048 will now read authorizing the appropriate city official to submit a grant application to the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for Shaw Park Phase 2. Motion to approve that resolution as read.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second. Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Sparkman?
Yes.
Mr. Redler?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, and I believe we did the motion to accept public comments. Since we did the amendments to the agenda and the adoption of final agenda, let's move on to the public comments. Please come up to the podium. You have 5 minutes to speak. Let's go Yvonne Allen and Isabella Allen. Yeah, bring the mic to you.
We can bring the mic.
They gave a woman 90 days to scrap the paper house, but they gave the whole don't give a crap. You won't put no handicap access in there. You won't put no handicap. You won't even use it. Right? When you're gonna cite those people? When you're gonna cite Leslie Austin? When you're gonna cite those LLCs who own all that property out there? When you're gonna make those people clean that property up? It's been 9+ years. I've been warning people to clean up Shenango Street. You just won't do it. Because you don't care. Because it's the black community. You got housing all around here. You don't give a crap about it. At all. But I can tell you right now, if that street looks like it did now, of all the pictures I took, if that was in Northfield, God forbid the east side, you'd have been up there yourselves with shoveling that mess out. But 9 years, seriously 9 years, 9 years you haven't put a handicap access and you haven't cleaned up this one.
Okay, Ms. Allen, yeah, you have to wrap it up. And Mr. Fry's right there. He'll take those addresses, and I'm sure we'll send code up there. If not tomorrow, we'll send code up there next week.
I heard that 9 years ago.
I know, but you heard it from me for the first time right now. Okay. Kimberly Story. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Good evening, everyone. Kim Boswell. Just coming in to speak again about the carousel and that throw in the pool. The Philadelphia Logging Company started the carousel in 1922. Pretty cool. Logging company, pretty cool. In the storm of 2024, the eastern section of the roof and supports were damaged. As we all know, we all discussed this on Tuesday. But in 2025 December, Mr. Lisco said he's waiting for $250,000 in grants. At this juncture, just on Tuesday, he said that we already have $100,000 in grants, was fought for by Marla Brown, $20,000 in a personal donation, and $16,000 was already waiting from the city. So it makes $136,000 for it to get the roof fixed. Right. But now we don't have a company to fix it. I know we have Mr. What was his name? Michael? He's supposed to be having another contractor come out and do a bid. But I think he needs broad ties, as it says, one for building, not contractors, no to the on-mesh. This is what the office do, is their specialty is wood. I mean, if they build everything from scratch, who would know better? I don't know much about construction, I've done my fair share. I've flipped houses, so I do know, the little bit ins and outs of how things are supported. But I already know, back in 2024, when the roof did fall, that the city already put away $15,000 for it to be demolished. That was before any contractors even came forward and already put money down for it to be demolished. That's bargain. And that's history. It's a functional building if you allow it. But we're gonna get it fixed first. And we gotta make sure it's quality work and it's maintained. The biggest problem with Cascade is the maintenance of it. It's not being done correctly. If Kennywood would have had that happen, which I don't see foresee Kennywood having something like that catastrophic happening, because their stuff is checked routinely. Every season, everything's going through, fine tooth and comb. Is that happening with the property? I don't see it happening. The wood bridge is all warped and it's dangerous for people to even walk on, let alone people to drive over. Then we have our pool. Our pool was closed in the 2000s, so it was built in the 1920s. United Way has the money. How much money? Where is it? I called United Way, they didn't return my call. I just want to know, where is it? Because we get LCCTC involved, we have to school of trades. Talk about best hands-on experience for these entrepreneurs and technical workers in the future. I know my son, he's in a technical institute. He would die to be on that project. He's an electrical. Just something to bring up, if you thought, or maybe someone to think about. Because if we open that pool again, not only would residents come, outlying communities would come, and it would be a great revenue source for the city. Bring in the food trucks, bring in the stands, bring in splash party. The people will come
didn't mention it.
Oh, sorry about that. My name's William Rice. I live down on North Cedar Street by the intersection of Cherry Street also. We've been having nothing but issues with semis and taking lines on vehicles down there. At least once a week, there's a big rig coming down through there. And then every time I call the cops, they say that they can't do nothing because there's no cameras or nothing there. And then the other thing I want to bring up is the DOT cops. Why don't we have any? Every cop I've talked to about this situation, they said that they don't have no DOT. And then, like I said, once a week, a big rig comes down through there. I've had 2 vehicles already totaled out of them. I had a 2003 Chevy Blazer sideswiped because of one. And then just this last week, I've had a 2003 Silverado sideswiped also because of one. Also total.
I'm assuming those trucks don't stop, they keep going.
Correct. And then just 2 days ago, at the end of our block, we have it's an ugly looking metal pole. It's a white, blue, and black. It was hit by a big rig so hard the other day, it actually cracked the cement in the sidewalk. But I was wondering why we couldn't put no signs up down there by Cisco's where they come out of there at usually. And put just no left turn sign right there. Because that's where they're usually coming from. And that's all I have to say, sir.
Where was it, corner of Cedar and Winter?
North Cedar Street and Cherry.
There has been an issue with them getting our lights over there by behind the old Walkley manufacturing company there. They've been running lights there too. We're on them, and obviously we don't get rid of that license plates.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to take pictures.
Alright.
They should have a name of that company on the side of the truck.
Well, the problem there is most of them are private contractors that are coming out.
Also, there's no name on the side of the truck.
Sometimes there is, sometimes there's not.
And if we get a license plate, you know, obviously our police can't do something. I trust that if they would, if they saw that, they would, I trust they would really do it.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, they can't be, that's an issue.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Will Coop.
Will Bloom, 314 Lower Pioneer Avenue. Alright, council. Before anybody says what I'm bringing forward is absurd or nonsense, understand why I am speaking on these issues. Formal certifications, training started in 2021. School education and property maintenance and housing code inspections, along with broader inspection and safety training. I took the time to study these subjects because I care about the standards, accountability, and protecting this community. I also speak as a business owner. You understand responsibility, maintenance, customer safety, and budgets, and what it means to be held accountable for conditions on properties. Under our home rule system, Article 111 makes this clear. All powers in the city are vested in council, and council appoints or removes the city administrator and solicitor, approves departments, directors, adopts the budget, and holds public hearings. Article 122 states the city administrator, the chief administrative officer, responsible as council for administration of city affairs. The administrator is in charge of enforcing laws and ordinance, supervising departments, keeping council and public informed, administering the budget, and carrying out council's policy. Article 141 states public works is responsible for the construction, maintenance, and operation of all city-owned facilities, including streets, sidewalks, curbing, storm sewers, and public buildings, parks, grounds, and recreation areas. Article 153 states code enforcement is responsible for the systematic enforcement of ordinance dealing with health and safety and welfare. That means that responsibility is already assigned in black and white. Council has the power, administration administrator has the duty to manage, public work has the duty to maintain, and code enforcement has the duty to enforce. There should be no confusion or excuses. Yet residents still see broken railings hanging over steep embankment in the Shannon Creek, cracked sidewalks, creating tripping hazards, potholes damaging vehicles, neglected storm drains, debris left in public areas, and dead animals in public spaces. Parks not maintained, and don't get me started on the ongoing Ricky's Hole left unresolved. The broken railings are a danger to children, families, walkers, and seniors. Broken sidewalks create fall risk. Potholes damage tires, wheels, and suspension, and wet drains lead to flooding in roadways. Deterioration. If the condition presents a roadway hazard, pedestrian danger, property damage, risk, or nuisance, why has it not become top priority? Ricky's Hole. Residents know warrants have been used for court enforcement actions, have been pursued against property owners. So the public really wants to know, is legal action being taken against these private owners? Let's talk about community cleanups. It's a wonderful thing that residents volunteer their time and pride to improve neighborhoods. And I cannot object to citizens helping their community. But why do people have to pay for services through taxes and then also perform the work themselves just to get basic results? Taxpayers already fund departments, equipment, materials, salaries, and operations outlined in those ordinances. Volunteerism should be a bonus, not a substitute for government performance. Council, Article 111 gives you the authority to demand answers, investigate departments, control budget, and remove the city administrator if necessary. And that power exists for moments exactly like this. Code enforcement should be documenting hazards, issuing notices, and corrections. Public works should be repairing the streets, sidewalks, railings, drains, and parks. The city administrator should be coordinating departments and keeping the public informed. And council should be demanding measurable results because all powers of the city are vested in each and every one of you. The city should not be immune from the same standards. Transparency is not a cliche. Transparency is telling residents what hazards were reported. So my question is simple, council. When will you use the powers already granted under Article 111, 122, 141, and 153 to fix the biggest hazards, restore accountability, make public safety top priority, and hold this government to the same standards it demands from the taxpayers and business owners who fund it?
Tim Thomas?
Good evening, everyone. Dale Hefner, Tim Thomas, 313 North Ray Street. Yes. We all want to make Newcastle a better place in every fashion possible, regardless of how small the task is. And I have some handouts I'd like to give you and extrapolate a little bit more on three issues that I had brought to your attention on a couple of occasions a few months ago. Can I ask you to go into this? All right. Very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I think that it makes all the sense in the world when I refer back. The three things I want to talk about is service, safety, quality. From a service standpoint, I think that, again, that intersection right below us, North Street and Mercer, where you have two converging one-way streets, one heading east to west, the other one south to north, it makes all the sense in the world to have the one direction going east to west, amber light, and then north and south, a red light, blinker. So when you come there and there's no traffic, you can proceed, look both ways with caution, and go about your business. I think it makes all the sense in the world if we make that adjustment. The second matter regarding safety, and again, is on top of Croton Hill, where I had respectfully asked that we consider blocking off Walnut Street, because it's probably been about 3 weeks now, maybe. But lo and behold, when I'm driving down Croton and there's this screwball that's wanting to make a left-hand turn, where it even says no left-hand turn, and it's a blind spot, you cannot see it. Thank God there was no accident at that time, but it's just the making to happen. So I wish you would reconsider that request and looking at that. To me, again, that makes all the sense in the world. And lastly, from a quality standpoint, folks, I'm really getting sick and tired of having to pick up this garbage from people tossing it out on their cars, going up and down Ridge Street, across the street. Now, I researched, and as you can see, where a lot of municipalities are enforcing a simple thing by cameras, catching these people in the act with their license plate, and then hold them accountable, making the fines and pay the fines. When I brought this up to you before, you immediately put in installed the two signs, the speed sign going up the street, and then the no litter. Unfortunately, that sign, as you can see, is not a deterrent. It propagated the matter all the more. And living there, I've seen it. And even though the pictures that I showed you doesn't represent the true reality, and now that summer's coming, I mean, the one with the bag of garbage and everything, this is ridiculous. This is from people that have no regard for America the Beautiful. They have no regard for people who live in there, and they certainly have no regard and respect for the very people that put that sign and enforce it, and that's the city of Newcastle. So I would strongly and stringently request that you consider putting more enforcement by way of cameras and all that to catch these people. It's a very simple thing. And just to diffuse any possibility of what you may be thinking, I can't do it on my house for two reasons. Number one, I don't have the angle. And secondly, if one were to get caught and they would have an attorney to fight it, and then the source of information, obviously you can see that I wouldn't want to come back with me. This needs to be a city matter. So those are the three things that I wanted to reiterate and bring to your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Brandon J. Moore.
Good evening, Council. I'm Brandon Moore. I live up on East Winter Avenue. Good to see you all. I know you've been presented tonight with a lot of tough things and challenging things. I'm going to keep it nice and soft, okay? Mayor Mark, I want to start with you. I saw that picture last night, and the things that were said, that you were cheating on your wife, and that you're out driving drunk, and the ridiculous rumors that came out of that. I apologize that you had to endure that because of a resident of the city. That's unacceptable and inexcusable. Now, speaking of unacceptable and inexcusable, the last couple of months of council meetings, we've had some unacceptable and inexcusable behavior. Raising voices and yelling and shouting and trying to embarrass people and make them feel stupid. This is the residents' podium. We get to come and talk to you. I know you guys say, come visit us. We can't, we work. You're here during our work hours, we can't. This is our one opportunity to talk to you. Please don't yell at us. And that's why I'm asking that the council members that were out of line and inappropriate, please apologize. And look, I'm not going to demand it if I can't do it myself. Eddie, I'm going to apologize to you. During the February council meeting, that was when you were being voted on whether to serve on council or not. And I came in with a policy saying we needed better. We need to do better. And I know that in your shoes, I've been ruminating on this. If I were in your shoes, I'd be pissed because I take it personally. And I want you to know, I meant nothing personal. It was not a personal attack. I have nothing against you. If you felt that way, that it was a personal attack, I want to be the first to tell you, I am sorry. And not just I am sorry, can you help me? What did I say that made it feel like a personal attack so that I can grow and learn and do better from it? And that's what I want to see here, is that we can apologize and then we can make a commitment that we're not going to do these things anymore. That we're going to grow and learn and do better and not yell at the residents who come in peace and calm. I'm a pastor, y'all know that. Christ said it, not me. These aren't my words, they're the words of Jesus Christ. Love your neighbor as yourself. And that's what I'm asking for here, is that we have a little Christ-like attitude while we're here. Thank you so much.
Okay, next item on our agenda is administrative comments. I think we should.
First start with a couple responses for public comments, just to give everybody's information in terms of what we're able to do to address some of the issues. Salad first. Rachel did bring that Shenango Street to our attention, and we are actively looking into both of those sites that you addressed. The LLC and then the own one. There's also a repository property there that's right against Public Works and code enforcement to address. The issue lies, obviously, when you go to the sidewalks and outside of the curb, the issue lies with the responsibility lies with the property owner. So, again, having outside property owners makes it a little tough and a violation, but code enforcement has assured me that they have taken submitted citations for the property that's owned or notifications for the property that's owned by the LLC. So I'll provide updates on that. I don't have them manual today. Mr. Rice, we will look into Cedar Street. I did take notes on that as well. Actually, where Cherry, the corner of Cherry and Cedar. There are times that we can reach out to, I know I've seen, we work with the state police several times in certain areas, and we can see if they can offer their assistance in that area as well. At the same time, as our traffic officer, if available, go down there and spend some time. Sounds like he's happy to go quite frequently, so spend some time down there so he can identify. Mr. Thomas, yes, we have various resources when it comes to identifying and really addressing you guys. Identifying dump sites. It's a challenge. We've probably held over 10 cleanups throughout the community over the last few months. And while they're great, we appreciate everybody that does it. It's sad to say this is something we have to do on a regular basis, on an annual basis. But we do have some resources such as cameras and other avenues that we can take to address that once we identify them and plan and go there and address them. But, well, today, provide some updates on some projects that we discussed here in council and throughout the administration to show highlight some of the things the administration has done.
That's the cover page of the City Hall updates.
So, what I'm going to provide today, and I know I don't have, typically we have our department heads come. I'm going to provide an update, and they do provide me monthly updates of what's going on. I'm going to provide quarterly updates on where they've been in terms of numbers and things that they've addressed throughout the community. code enforcement to start. Quarter one, they have had a total of 1,914 activities that they have conducted. This includes re-inspection, initial inspection, both for rental properties and privately owned properties. Enforcement actions include Act 121, citation, Act 121, re-inspection, second inspection, and various hearings. You can see the numbers on your slide provided to council as well. And then also demolition, attended demos, completed demos, court hearings. So they've been very active since January in terms of addressing numerous issues throughout the community. While not everything has been, conducted at, at a rate that, we all like, obviously there's several levels to addressing blight in the community, code enforcement, the district magistrate's office plays a big role in that, enforcement, and then also the property owner. Being a property owner myself, I recognize and understand how hard it is to keep the property in code and up to code, with grass and completing tasks around your home, and also working with some of my neighbors who have limited needs to do certain things. But code enforcement has been very active over the last, in this first quarter. These numbers show that. Public Works Department is, Public Works Department has been very busy as well, with obviously January, February, March, many of which have resulted in these numbers come from their hours spent handling the major storms that we've had, rain issues that we've had throughout the community. But these numbers shows a lot of the work orders or calls that have come in that have been completed and that are being worked on a regular basis. You'll see a spike in March, obviously, with high grass, illegal dumping, road repairs, patching, crews route. We have standard 2 crews out, both in cutting grass and falling to lots of city-owned properties, and also doing patching. And as we all know, in April is when the hot patch plants open up, so we utilize the cold patch up until that time. But in April, those plants opened up, so now we're properly addressing those issues. One big thing we posted on social media, and we're very thankful for Shenango Township for their partnership in helping us patch Long Avenue. That was one that we discussed last year. It was very important that we took care of that because of the conditions of that road going up Long Avenue, coming down Long Avenue was very unsafe. But with our partnership and relationship with Shenango Township, they allowed us to use their paver, and our guys were very thrilled. I mean, I went out there to see them. They were very happy to use that equipment just for historical reasons. The city used to have a lot of equipment. Act 47, a lot of that equipment was sold off. But we're looking at utilizing liquid fuels funding, potentially next year's budget, looking at some high-end, better equipment to do patching more effectively and road repairs, in addition to our paving. Police numbers are very high. Total cost per service, I think, is not lined up with mine. It's moving on here, but it's not moving much better. Police Department calls for service is very important. This just shows how much they're working. These are everything from assault, from robbery, from crime, just from supporting resources in other communities or other community groups with mental health calls. They're very active all through this quarter. This shows the hard work and dedication from our police officers and the work that they do day in and day out to keep our community safe. On top of all the community stuff that they do, Shop with the Cop, the pop-up picnics, supporting and recognizing local residents on doing a wonderful job in the community. But they're a very busy department, and a lot of what they do goes unrecognized, but in terms of call service, very high. We work very closely with them every month. Changing the fire. Fire calls for service this month, or at least this quarter, 825. Again, some very important numbers in terms of response time. This just shows how quick our fire departments get to these locations. Something that we discuss a lot. Just really, these numbers mean a lot to us internally and even us as residents. Their calls for service and their response time being that time directly affects their our insurance rates in terms of fire insurance and things throughout the community. So, in addition to that training that they do, but then again, just like the police department and the rest of the city, the work that they do out in the community, on top of it, the amount of calls they get is noteworthy. Just some financial updates and highlights for the quarter. Quarter one financial snapshot, total revenues $1.8 million. Total expenses 3.21. This is typical for the first quarter of every year. You look at the budget every year because tax bills don't go out until around February. We're collecting through March, so it'll show negative net of 1.34 million. But again, those are typical. And those key revenue drivers during this time were, street light revenues, building permits, and our current real estate tax levy that we have. Police, fire, typical. Those are some of the highest budgeted areas in essential services. Essential services is an account that is expended all throughout the city: IT, website, utilities, things of that nature. So these are, that's one of the reasons that some of those major expended categories, because those are some of the biggest budgeted line items and within the city. But this gives you just that snapshot of where we're at. We'll see a lot different in quarter two. On to the parks updates. We have today. You guys are going to be approving or voting on the phase 2 of the Sean Park. We spoke about that on Tuesday. Again, this grant is to install parking spaces and ADA accessibility spaces in the park. This is the work that we continue to do to address and implement the master parks plan. Forestry is set to begin when trees are fully leafed, and the surveyors can go out there and mark the trees properly. Without having leaves on the trees, they aren't able to see what the actual health of the trees are. So without being a forester, lean on them for their guidance. But within the next month, May and June, they will be out doing assessing the trees and marking them. Some key things to think about as we begin this and we get through this. Again, the first phase is market, the second phase is going out for bid. For council and administration to begin to think about, some things we can discuss here is how to use those funds after the fact. I think a great way to do that, and have many conversations with you all, is potentially reinvesting into those parks and helping boost the parks, both the Sean, Cascade, and many parks throughout the neighborhood using those funds. Okay, container park updates. We've pivoted due to some federal legislation with the containers. Everything needs for anything to stay on the park post completion has to be made in America. And looking at many different container providers, we were unable to identify any that were made in America solely at a price that would work for our phase 1. So we have pivoted and are working with some other providers and vendors to do wooden sheds, containers, and we've had multiple examples of how these have been successful in other communities. Obviously, the concert stage will be provided or will be included with grant funding, secured, and new landscaping plans for beds. You can see the picture here on the side. But our project timeline for that, April 27th, which is here, it's coming soon. Projects will go out to bid council authorized when we developed it back in July of 2025. Bids will be open. To stay on track, we will have the award bids on a special meeting on March 28th. That will be announced soon. Construction to begin and start sheltering around June 16th with completion targeted for November. Also working with the DA's office, DA Joshua Mancuso, the ice rink is looking to be assembled in November 20th, or between November 10th and November 20th. So your comprehensive plan is coming to fruition. Things are looking up for us. We've worked diligently over these last couple of months with council and members of the administration and Michael Baker to review and draft the material and provide feedback for the action plan. Action plan, again, that designates who's responsible for what tasks, things that they have posted out at the Earth Day event, and looking and incorporating, the biggest thing is incorporating the community's input into the plan. We're looking at late summer, so early June probably, is when midsummer, we'll have everything completed, Michael Baker have everything completed. We'll come before the planning commission with the zoning material, and we'll go before council for adoption. Sorry, Slush, in some trouble today. Apologize. Earth Day I believe was a great success. It was a great attendance. I saw the article of over 600 we had. I thought it was a wonderful event, and appreciation to Rachel and Neighborhood of Newcastle for incorporating the comprehensive plan into that. It was an important event to get our message out, how the comprehensive plan will impact the community. This plan, again, as I mentioned when I was on stage, this is our plan together as residents and as a city. We hope that, once it comes to adoption, we will incorporate it into all things that we are doing here in the city, budget and enforcement, working with the residents of the city. We've gone over this in the last few meetings. Mass communication, I think we're at that point of identifying that, of mass communication, working with mass communication. And this Rave Alert Motorola is what I believe is the best option for us. They source the data for us, and that was our issue prior to, when we tried to incorporate the city. Before, this mass communication, as we mentioned on Tuesday, will assist us in all the communication and outreach and transparency that we provide to the community, and will just help us reach a lot more residents in our mission to do so.
May I ask a question? What is that for?
It'll incorporate text messages and emails that will go out to the residents that sign up and subscribe to them. So if there's ever a few meetings ago, we had power outage, we had a big snowstorm. So those things will be able to be pushed out as alerts to the public, especially with those who don't have kids and don't have school. If you're familiar with how the school sends out messaging, this will allow us to do that, and other things such as community events and important messages that we have from police, fire, public works, road closures and things like that.
I don't understand, but is there a name for this?
It's called RAVE.
Rave?
The system is called RAVE. It's mass communication. It's our ability to reach the entire community or those who subscribe to it.
Okay.
Administration engagement, and it's going really well. I mean, I've been, not my first time going to many events, but this year has been a great success. Really want to thank Kenny Rice and the Elm Street group and for hosting their community meeting at the fire department. That was a great event. Members of council and administration went to the United Way 101st annual meeting. It was great to hear some of the stories on how the residents of Newcastle are utilizing the home buying program, receiving that training, that knowledge, and with the assistance and mentorship from Gail and many local banks and partnerships that they have. Very enlightening to be there and to be a part of that. An upcoming one, which I encourage many to go to, the Elm Street Elm Street Grove Community Meeting, which is going to be held at Whole Truth on April 30th. Kuma might not like this one. Sorry. Chief Kuma. Chief Kuma came to me last year and brought this idea up to go to the FBI Academy. With open arms and excitement, I knew what, obviously many of our police officers do great things. We go to conferences and learn and bring those resources back to better our police department, management of our police department, and our community, and our responsiveness to the community. So just want to take the time and thank you publicly here at City Council, at our City Council meeting, for completing that big task. Took you away from our community for a little bit, but as you were gone, you stayed in communication, and your leadership showed through your staff, through your lieutenants, your supervisors. There was not a dull moment. There was not a delay in anything. And what you were or have learned and you're bringing back and sharing with us is will help grow that department and grow our community for years to come. So just want to give you some public acknowledgement on that. All right, finishing up, sorry. Two more slides. City improvements, these are some things that have been taking place that really have been important, this has been going on. The city, the restroom renovations, I did mention that April 26th is going to be ending. There's been delays with change orders, there's also delays with some of the materials that are back ordered. I will have an updated date for that, when those bathrooms will be done. But they are, as you can see, we walk in the building, they're under full construction now, and our contractors are here on a daily basis. Roof replacement, we met with the roofers and the contractors who are doing the repointing our siding. Mahoney County will be first. Now we'll begin in May. City Hall roof will begin shortly after that. And working in coordination with each other, both contractors will be working on the roof and repointing. Some of the repointing needs to be done first so we can properly install the roof. So our facade will be mid to late May when they get up there and start the concrete. West Washington Street Bridge sidewalk was a major issue for walkability to downtown. That was recently completed. You can see a picture of the repairs there. That bridge is still in question. I know we've had it in our budget for a number of years to address with PennDOT and the Newcastle Railroad, Newcastle Industrial Railroad. It's yet to be known in terms of when the full bridge will be complete. We will continue those conversations with some of our federal representatives to identify funding to fix that. Along with our social media and public relations, we did go through we worked with a photographer to take some pictures and do some videos of the city of Newcastle, and I just wanted to show a couple of those. That first slide showed some of that. Just some rebranding stuff that for the city, quality in terms of our future marketing goals, some promotional goals, really highlighting the essence of Newcastle. Many of our restaurants that are family owned, and things that we talk about all the time, that there's not many box stores, but you can see some of the urban films with the urban paintings that we have, street paint or wall paintings that we have throughout the city. This was actually a great endeavor that we took part in, and we hope to just continue to utilize several different channels to make our story known for people to utilize or to see how our city truly is and what we're all about. So we've captured it. Here's just a few of them, but we'll be posting those more pictures and videos and information on our social media soon. And last but not least, coffee and donuts. Many of you who are here today will participate in that. We appreciate that. More to come on our engagement with the public and opportunities to come in and talk with us. us. So again, we appreciate you all coming, sharing your information, signing up to the public comment, but stay tuned for some additional things that we have in store to engage with you. Thank you.
Admin Fry, can I ask a question? If the public wants a copy of this, could they find it on the website or something like that?
Copy of the
Presentation?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Under communication, here none. This is contractual, we request authorization with, motion to authorize one other bid for dirt gravel, low volume road, Sean Road.
Motion.
Mr. Rim moved, second, second by Mr. Ward, roll vote for that.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Conrad?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Longstreet?
Yes. Under receive bids and acceptance of bids, there are none. Under record reports, motion to receive and file, city planning commission recommend approval of the lot consolidation plan of Mentor R Hill, consulting 3 lots. Those lots are listed. Property is located in generally in the area of 123 Crawford Avenue in Third Ward. Motion to receive and file.
Motion.
Second.
And Mr. Jano moves and Mr. Ritter seconds. All the vote for that.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Conrad?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward? Mayor Longstreet?
And the public hearing is scheduled for Monday, May 18th at 5:30 for that. Motion to receive and file, Lawrence County Planning Commission regarding the lot consolidation plan of Edgar R. Hill. Consolidate those 3 lots that are listed. Property is located generally in the area of 123 North Crawford Avenue in the Third Ward. Motion to receive and file.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter moves, I need a second. Second by Mr. Ward, full vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Sponville?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Longstreet?
Yes, motion to receive and file, City Planning Commission recommend approval of the petitioner Michael R. McConaughey to vacate a portion of the alley that runs between lots number 331, 330, 325, 326, 327 on the official survey map of the city of Newcastle. This property is located at 415 North Cascade. Motion to receive.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second. Mr. Ward, call a vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Sponville?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Longstreet?
Yes. And that hearing has been scheduled for May 18th at 5:30 p.m. Under special reports, I have just a couple here. First of all, I'd like to have everybody know that I call Mr. Trinidad all the time on this whole, constantly. He's still trying to secure finances, or the financial situation, obviously, he's going out looking for an investor. He's continued to do that. He's continually in negotiations with his investor. Additionally, there is a hearing scheduled coming up in the court. I can't remember the date right now, for him to fill the role. Please understand that this agreement is with the redevelopment authority. The redevelopment authority has given Mr. Trinidad 3 years to begin the process of making that building happen. It's 3 years. He's a year and a half into the project. It's private property. There's only so much we can do. We can fine him, we go to the court is months away. We do what we can do. The court here always takes it long. So I don't want anybody to think that we're sitting here doing nothing. We are constantly on this. We're not having a little home run down and on. And yes, it impedes our progress every place. But we're on this every single day.
Mayor Lithgow, can I say something?
Officially, the carousel building. The carousel building is another thing that we discuss every day here. And I can tell you that I was just at the carousel building with Brian Hackett just yesterday, looking at the under part of it. Yes, it's complicated. Yes, it's problematic. And we are looking at possibly getting some figures tomorrow on the cost of the roof and fixing that roof. This is not an easy project, I can tell you. Additionally, a couple of suggestions were made to us about talking about the Amish to do this. And we discussed this among us today about possibly getting the Amish if it's possible. But then again, we're working with $137,000. If you know anybody that will make a contribution to assist us in this, we certainly like to take those monies or to approach those people. This is something we would like to keep, but eventually they're not going to make a decision to demolish it. And that is not anything, that is not something any of us want to do. Additionally, a couple of things. The Days Inn is another building that is going on our side. That hearing is next week, and the preliminary information I'm getting is that we may need to make some headway there. I don't know if that's accurate, I don't know if that's true, but that hearing in front of Judge Murphy's office is next week. So we're looking forward to seeing how that comes out. Additionally, the Fort Lawrence, which is on our agenda for us becoming part of the member of Fort Lawrence, for $9,500. That was amongst great debate here, whether or not we want to do this. And lo and behold, before we know it, we understand that Fort Lawrence just has the winning bid on St. Francis Hospital, and there's going to be some movement on St. Francis Hospital. Probably it's going to be demolished. Looking for some funds to demolish it. So we're really happy about that. And I think that's all I have. Anything else? Yes.
Yeah, I was approached today by someone that offered to raise money for the CARES Act. And they asked that we hold off on any movement to demolish it until they can try to raise some more funds.
Right.
So I understand the public, there are people that want to save that building. But I also understand that with the limited money we have, it may not be feasible.
Sure. And
There are people that care about it and want it restored.
And you know, Dave, everybody, that's in the center of our parks. Everybody goes to the park and they look at that and they wonder what we're doing. And we try to inform everybody every day exactly what's happening there, but some people just don't want to pay attention. There is one other thing. We talked with Kevin Miller, our Senator from Morgan's office today. Myself and Mr. Fry on economic development. One of the two things that are happening here with the assistance of Senator Morgan. And he raised the need on the issue of our bridge. And I forwarded him the information of our contact in Harrisburg that works in the governor's office. And he assured me that he's going to assist us and try to expedite this, which we were very, very happy to hear. I don't know how much influence they have, but nevertheless, the more people who agitate in the governor's office, the better chance we have of possibly expediting this process. I can tell you that we all hope, we cross our fingers, that this is an election year. We hope to God that maybe Governor Shapiro can make an election towards New Newcastle, and I know exactly what they think. So, anything else?
Ryan Stone reached out to me last week, about 2 weeks ago, about Remax Infinity. They're having a grand opening on May 21st downtown Newcastle. I think it's the Lunch Club or 11 South Mill Street. I will check my email.
Hey, go to that building downtown.
I'll have to check my email, get back to you, Mayor. I'll send that out first thing in the morning for that grand opening. I'll put that out there. Ryan Stone is downtown Newcastle. Well said.
Good stuff. Good for Ryan. Appreciate that. Under resolution, new resolutions. Council votes no on the next two resolutions for the repository property. You got to state a reason as to why. Motion to approve. Resolution 2026-043, authorizing individuals designated by the city charter to execute the bid acceptance form accepting the bid made by Andrew with Genus in the amount of $600 for repository property located in South Jefferson Street. I need a motion.
Motion.
Mr. Bitterbrook, second by Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Vazano?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. A motion to approve resolution 2026-044, authorizing individuals designated by the city Charter execute the bid accepting the form accepting the bid by Andrew Genus in amount of $600 for the deposit authority property located in South Jefferson Street. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second. Mr. Warren, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler? Mr. Rosanna? Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. Motion to approve resolution 2026-045, authorizing individuals named by the city charter to enter into contract with Lindy Pavement for approximately 250 tons of SRL 9 MN Super Pay Pot mix. Price of $77.60 per ton. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second.
Second.
Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion to approve resolution 046, approving change order number one, increase amount of $2,957 to the CDBG restroom renovation project. This is contract 2026-01D plumbing with central heating and plumbing. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second. Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. Motion to approve, authorize appropriate city officials to submit an application to the Orange County application for funding assistance for Greenwood Avenue. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter,
Second.
second by Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler? Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion to approve, resolution 048, authorizing city, appropriate city officials to submit a grant application to the Pennsylvania Farmers Conservation.
You did not. The amended version.
Oh, that's right, thank you. Okay, moving on. Motion to approve resolution 049, approving the letter of support for Gladwell Sports Space Youth Development with Gladwell 2026 Community Improvement Partnership Program. Grant and special grant and a long-term lease agreement to Castle Park. The grant is awarded.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter.
Second.
Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler? Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Forsythe?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion to approve resolution 050, authorizing individuals taking by city charter and agreement with Motorola Solutions Incorporated for 5 years for the rating alert software subscription for the mass communications system. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second.
Second.
Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. Motion to approve resolution 051, authorizing the administration to expend $9,500 from the council expense line item for the annual membership fee for the 2026 board launch membership. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second.
Second.
Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
No.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. Motion to approve resolution 052, authorizing administration to spend $2,150.53 for the Newcastle Police Department training funds to purchase 6 rolls of government warning to complete the floor covering of the Newcastle Police Department machine training. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter.
Second.
Second by Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion to approve resolution 053, authorizing individual designated city charter enter into a new lease agreement with the NCABA Association regarding the use of theme park at the Shawn Complex with the exception of Alexander Field to expire December 31st, 2030 for a fee of $800 per year. Motion.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Ward, call the vote.
Mr. Rogers? Mr. Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Boothler? Mr. Rosanna?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion to approve resolution 054, authorizing individuals designated by the city charter to enter an addendum with the Newcastle Softball Association for a 1-year lease agreement with Castle Park, Crescent Hill, Liberty Field to expire December 31st, 2026 for a fee of $1,100. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter. Second. Second.
Second.
second by Mrs. Longo, on call vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes.
Mr. Bidler?
Yes.
Mr. Rosano?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
I'm sorry, I'm, there's something with Mr. Rogers, yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion approved, resolution 055, authorizing individuals then by the city charter into the lease agreement with the Lawrence County 3D Bears regarding use of Alexander Field at Shawn Complex to expire December 31st, 2027, for a fee of $100 per year, to be negotiated year. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter, second by Mr. Ward. And that lease fee of $100 is because they're going to do some renovation themselves on that. Call a vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes.
Mr. Bidler?
Yes.
Mr. Ward? Mr. Rosano?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, motion approved or denied. Do not vote yes. Approved or denied, do not vote yes or no. The additional use request of Justice McDonald's for non-related salvage service and repair lot located at 622 Superior Street. This property is located in the C1 General District. This is District of the Fourth Ward. Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Ward. Motion or vote either approval or denial.
Mr. Rogers?
Denied.
Mr. Swafford?
Approved.
Mr. Bidler?
Denied.
Mr. Rosano?
Denied.
Mr. Ritter?
Denied.
Mr. Ward?
Denied.
Mayor Liscan?
Denied. Okay, moving on. Motion to approve or deny resolution 057, conditional use request of Mike Wayne Lewis for the Thornton House Airbnb located at 101 West Law Avenue. This is apartments located in the general business district of East Ridge. Motion.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter.
Second.
Second by Mr. Ward. Call the vote to approve or deny.
Mr. Rogers?
Approved.
Mr. Swafford?
Approved.
Mr. Bidler?
Approved.
Mr. Rosano?
Approved.
Mr. Ritter?
Approved.
Mr. Ward?
Approved.
Mayor Liscan?
Approved. Under ordinances, there is one for final action. I need a motion to remove from the table Council Bill 03, creating the handicap parking on East Place in front of the residence located at 224 South Liberty Street. Mr. Ritter introduced that. Would you like to?
Motion.
Form of a motion, and he does. I need a second. Mr. Ward, call the vote to remove that from the table.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes.
Mr. Bidler? Mr. Rosano?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes, I need a motion to adopt Council Bill 03.
Motion.
Mr. Ritter moves. I need a second. Mr. Ward second. Call the vote.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Swafford?
Yes.
Mr. Bidler? Mr. Rosano?
Yes.
Mr. Ritter?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Liscan?
Yes. Under introduction, I need someone to table Council Bill 04, approving the lot consolidation plan and regular Hill. Consolidation of lots, those are listed. The property is located generally in the area of 133 North Crawford Street, in the R2 Union Density Residential District of the Third Ward, and authorizing the signature of the mayor and council president to fix this said preliminary final subdivision plan. Somebody could introduce?
Introduce.
That automatically tables it. Mr. Ward introduces. Under new business, are there amendments? Need a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
To the board.